Hello, my name is Andrew, and Vivobarefoot is doing another 25% off sale with Folds 25, so I figured I'd give you guys a quick rundown of my 5 favorite Vivos for fall. First off, the Gobi sneakers, my go-to for casual. It's got a super thin 3.7mm sole from really excellent flexibility, and an all-natural leather upper and lining, so it's breathable, but it's also water-resistant, especially if you treat it with beeswax, which makes it a really good option for both hot and cold weather. For road running, there's the Primus Light Knit Natural, which is a great do-it-all training shoe, and I like the natural version better because it has a tensile upper, which is a little bit more moisture wicking than synthetic, provides some good wind and a bit of water resistance too. But if it's super hot, you might want to go with the original mesh Primus Light. For hiking, the Tracker Leather AT is my all-time favorite boot, and it's not insulated, which means in later summer you can still get away with wearing it with a thinner pair of socks, but then there's a lot of room in there to stack up socks and wool insoles as the weather starts to get colder towards winter. And the AT sole is just a perfect balance of protection on rough terrain while still having a ridiculous amount of flexibility for a hiking boot. That said, if you're doing backpacking across really rugged terrain, the Tracker or Magna Escape are two really good options because they've got a thicker 9.5mm Michelin sole and they can handle just about anything, even with a super heavy pack, although they are a little bit heavier than something more midweight like the Tracker AT. Finally, for trail running, my go-to is the Vivobarefoot Trail Knit FG. It's basically like the Primus Light Knit Natural except for trails, so you get a good balance of a little bit of water and wind resistance. We have some minimal perforation for when it's still hot towards the end of the summer, and the FG sole is still one of the most versatile treads of all time, being light enough to feel agile, but still dense enough to provide enough protection on pretty much anything except for really large sharp rocks. So yeah, those are my favorite Vivobarefoot shoes and boots for fall, but if you'd like to support the channel, you can shop with the referral links down below, browse and filter more products with the shoe finder tool at my website barefootwear.org, or watch my zero drop transition video to learn more about barefooting. Finally, if you have a question about Vivobarefoot or about barefoot shoes in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace!